think you have time for breakfast? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to make this simple, delicious energy boosting shake. So good. What do I eat for breakfast? Part 3. The third thing I generally make, if it's not a hard-boiled egg, it's not my egg bake, I'm doing some type of shake in the morning. And so my morning energy booster shake is as follows. I like to do a real quick smoothie that I throw a couple ingredients in, and I'll tell you the other trick is I put this all together the night before with the exception of the ground flaxseed, and then in the morning all I have to do, whoops, I take that back, with the exception of the flaxseed and the milk, I put all my other ingredients I'm going to show you in a second in my little blender. I stick it in the fridge, and in the morning when I get up, I dump my milk and my flaxseed in there, blend it up, and I'm out the door. So what am I putting in this energy booster smoothie? Well, I tend to watch my carbohydrates, and so I'm always keeping that in mind when I'm putting recipes and shakes together. So for sweetness, what I'm using in my shake is 6 frozen strawberries. Again, I'm grabbing out of my freezer, throwing them right in there. So if you're doing it in the morning, which is nice, if you're grabbing these frozen, you don't really need to add any ice to this because it kind of acts like the ice. But if you did the overnight method, you might want to add a few ice cubes. So I'm going to add about 6 strawberries. You could add more if you want more sweetness, or if you're making this for the kiddos, you might add more strawberries. I use 6, and then what I add is a frozen green banana. What kind of crazy madness is she talking about? I know, right? Well, a frozen green banana, it has what we call prebiotic fibers. So it's these resistant starches that are not digested till they get down to the colon. And when they get to the colon, they play nice down there and they help us make these healthy beneficial bacteria and something called butyrate, which is known to help us burn fat. Prebiotic fibers, such as those in green bananas, have also been shown to help with blood sugar control, helping people, if they have it in the morning, even help them regulate blood sugar through lunch. So prebiotic fibers or resistant starches is why I'm putting the green banana. So it's an unripe green banana. I get them from the store, I peel them, and then I put them in a Ziploc baggie or a frozen baggie and throw it in the freezer. So we got 6 strawberries, the frozen green banana. Then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of almond butter. You could use whatever nut butter you care for. So if you like peanut butter, you could use that. If you have an issue with nuts, you could use sunflower seed butter. So this is just something from my local health food type store. It's just ground almonds basically is what I'm putting in here. It's about 2 tablespoons of almond butter. Then what we're gonna add is we're going to add 1 teaspoon of gelatinized maca powder. What is maca powder? Well, it's a really good plant that helps reduce your stress response. It can help with libido, increase your energy. So we'll be talking more about maca powder in the coming segments, but this is something I add to my morning shake. So I add 1 teaspoon, and I have to say, since I've been using this for, I don't know, maybe a good year now, I've dealt with things like adrenal fatigue and fatigue issues, and this really does help give me a boost. I think obviously with everything else I do in my lifestyle, but I add that to my shake. Then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of what we call MCT oil. Some people like adding coconut oil, but essentially the MCT oil is a type of fat that makes a real short pass through the liver, and we burn it right away for energy. So again, interesting research and studies related to fat burning, increasing energy with the use of MCT oil. So that goes in there. Then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of flaxseed, ground flaxseed, not the actual seeds that are whole. We can't get the nutrition and absorb whole flax seeds. They have to be ground. So I'm using this to add a little more fiber to the shake. And if you use a tablespoon or so, you don't even really know they're in there. But what I will tell you though, flax seeds, ground flaxseed, does absorb the liquid. So if you leave this shake sitting around and you come back to it, it will be pretty thick and gel-like. So the flaxseed in there is why that happens. So we're gonna make sure, I usually drink this right away. I don't leave it sitting around for an hour and come back. Then we're gonna add about 1.5 cups of milk. I'm using almond milk. And actually I'll put about 2 cups into that and make it a little larger. Whatever milk of choice you like to use, I'm using unsweetened almond milk. I put that in there, and then what we're gonna do is put the lid on this baby and we're gonna blend it up. All right, so that is blended up. And as you can see, I use 2 cups of almond milk. It makes a good amount. A lot of times I might add a little bit of some of the ingredients and easily make 2 shakes. But this is about a 16-ounce glass, and you get a little more than 16 ounces from this recipe. So get a little extra in there. So this is my energy boosting morning shake. Again, you could alter to your preferences. I don't add any other sweeteners besides those 6 strawberries in there. So you could add a little bit more if you want more sweetness, but I like it just the way it is. Cheers. Here's to embracing your tasty life.